Oh, trying to get things set up here. There you go. Hello, everyone. Doing a quick, spontaneous live stream. I wasn't really planning on getting a live stream up today or tonight. It's like 7 degrees outside. It's really cold. And I want to get a fire started. So, and I have some beer outside, so I think I gotta bring it inside. Um, but thanks for joining the live stream, everyone. Let's see here. I think the beers can wait. Yeah, I don't think they're frozen at this point. We'll see. Hey, Jose. Hi, Victoria. There you go, and Andrea. Rook. Let me see if I can. Oh, there you go. Have my. All right. So, I guess the plan right now is to get a fire started. Let me see if I have anything with me. Oh, here you go. Good. So, I have this. This is just a ferrocerium rod. This will be able to create sparks. Yeah. And let's process some wood. Yeah, it's real cold. I am doing good. I just finished my like 2-week vacation, and today was my first day back at work. And I already don't want to be at work. I have one more day of work tomorrow, and then I'll have Monday off. And so, yeah, that's good. And I accrued like one more day of vacation. And so I'm gonna take more vacation. So I'm gonna take another day off on like the 23rd or something like that. Um, and it's gonna supposedly be really busy, and it's been busy apparently. Um, because they want, like, they're giving out overtime left and right, and I'm not taking any of it. I'm just taking vacation instead. But let's see here. C Gamer 76. Hey, did you finish the shed? I have not finished the shed yet, so the shed is not done yet. Let me see here. Trying to figure out how I'm gonna angle this. No, that's not gonna work. Okay. I'll just do that for now. There you go. 37% battery life. I'll have the phone charging later then. So yeah, I have a bunch of wood. I guess I'll just process some of it. But the issue with the wood that I have right now is that they're frozen with moisture in it. So a couple of days ago, it was like 50 something degrees, and it rained. There was a thunderstorm a couple days ago, and it rained, and all of my wood soaked up all of the water. And the very next day, it was like 20 something degrees, and so everything froze. So there's water that has frozen inside the wood, and so getting fires started with this wood has been incredibly challenging because there's water and moisture frozen in the wood. And so, yeah, let's try to get this fire started. I'm really cold. 7 degrees Fahrenheit outside right now, I think. It might be even colder than that. Let's see here. Do I have a knife somewhere? Is that a knife? Let's see. Oh, yep, this is a knife. Okay. You know, this is a knife and I'm showing it and it's on a live stream. It's because it's YouTube and I'm not on TikTok. TikTok would take down this live stream right away. But we're on YouTube. So what I'm doing right now is called batoning. It's a good method of splitting wood with your knife. And so here's a piece of wood, right? And here's the knife. You just go like this and you just hit the back of it and it splits. So like if you don't have an axe with you or an axe available, splitting wood by batoning wood using a knife like this is effective. There's a lot of purists out there that says that you should never split wood with a knife, and people argue about how you have to use a axe, you know, always to split wood and should never use a knife. But in the case that you don't have an axe, a knife to split wood by batoning is a good idea. There's a lot of argument in the bushcraft community about batoning. In my opinion, batoning is a good skill to have. God, it is so cold right now. Let's see. So I'm going to split a few more pieces here. I want really, really thin pieces and small pieces like this, maybe even thinner. And then I have a bunch of birch bark that I am going to use as a fire starter. I don't even have gloves with me right now. This really is spontaneous because I have nothing ready and I'm freezing cold right now. And I mean, that's kind of the way how things would be, you know, in the wilderness if you kind of got into some sort of inconvenience like this. You have to deal with weather. So yeah, batoning like this is good because it doesn't require a whole ton of like energy or work, but you can get pieces like this. Hey Momo, thanks for joining. Let's see here, where did you get that knife from? This knife I got on a Japanese website. I don't remember, but my very first YouTube video, if you scroll all the way back, my very first YouTube video, I used this knife, and I think somewhere in the comments, somebody asked that same question where I got the knife and stuff, or what it's called, and I responded back then. So it's in the comments somewhere, but I don't remember what this is called. It has a really cool looking sheath. Don't know where it is right now, but it's a wooden sheath and it has like copper pieces on it and it looks really cool. Let's see here. This is another sheath to another knife that I have, but it looks similar to this. This has buckles and stuff like that on it, and it's wooden also. The sheath for this knife looks similar to this. Yeah, but it's it's so cold. All right, let's see if I can get a fire started with the bare minimal stuff like this. Let's see here. All right, let's put that over. So I've got my Winterwell Nomad wood stove. This has been like my favorite thing in the shed. All right, there you go. So I've got that. Let's pull this closer. There you go. And I've got a bunch of birch bark. So this is birch bark that I was able to acquire from Jake. So Voices of Jake on TikTok. I visited his property and there was a dying birch tree. So this came from a dying birch tree. I didn't tear this off of a living birch tree. The birch tree was so dead that I can take my entire knife and puncture the tree all the way through. So like it was rotting. So I was able to take my knife and just go like this all the way through. And it was just soft. It was insane. So yeah, I was able to take home a bunch of birch bark like this. And so yeah, I'm gonna use this and get a fire started. You can peel it like this. Let's see. Yeah, but my fingers are going numb. It's so cold. Okay, let's get this fire going fast. So yeah, it's really papery like this. If I really needed to, I can like tear this down real thin, you know, with all of the different layers that it has, and then be able to get a fire started with just this. But I'm gonna take the easy route, and I'm gonna fluff up some like string, or I'm gonna fluff up some rope actually. So this fire starter that I have comes out like this. So this is the striker and this is the ferro rod. The bottom here, you can open this up and there's a bunch of stuff that you can stuff in it. And I have a bunch of the Bushcraft Spain rope. It's the tarred rope. So what you do is you just pull it apart. There you go. I got a small piece like this. And then just fluff up the end. There you go. I think that should be plenty, right? So you're gonna leave it like this on here. Pull this closer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strike this and then I'm going to transfer it down. Oh, there you go. And transfer it down. Get it going. And you'll notice this is off right now. I gotta turn it on. So now the air is gonna flow throughout the pipe. There you go. Toss that in there. Toss some of this in there. Ooh, warming my fingers up. There you go. So I'm going to need a lot of birch bark because all the wood is just frozen with water in it. And so this fire is actually going to be really challenging to keep going. The birch bark is the only thing that's keeping the flames going right now. I don't think any of the wood is burning right now. It's just the birch. There you go. Put in some pieces of wood. Alright, I think that's good. I close this up and then I keep this open, so this is airflow that goes through, and hopefully it keeps the fire going. Once the fan starts spinning by itself, it'll indicate that it's starting to get warm. Oh, there you go. See? You just see the fan automatically go. That's awesome. Okay. Let's get this going up like that. Get this pulled over. Yeah, it's hot. Kind of. Let's see if there's any. Spear Outdoors is in the house. There you go. How much snow you guys got? Right now, we only have a few inches of snow right now. Not a whole lot. Make soft-shell crabs, please. I actually have a bunch of soft-shell crabs that I made today. And I actually was planning on making a soft-shell crab video tonight. But in place of that video, I'm making a live stream instead, or doing a live stream instead. And I'll probably post a soft-shell crab video or something like that in a couple of days, because it's actually going to be for Genki Forest. Genki Forest is that sparkling water drink that I reached out to them kind of on TikTok by just making a video about it, and then one of my friends on TikTok, or mutual friends on TikTok, he was sponsored, so he reached out to one of those people who then reached out to me, and so they're sponsoring my Genki Force video, and so I need to make a video for them soon. When will I be butchering the other chickens? I don't know, actually. Maybe one of the days off that I have this week. So I'm gonna have Monday off and then Wednesday off, and I might have Thursday off also. I think I'm taking Thursday off because of my extra vacation day. And so yeah, so one of those days, so yeah, Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday, I'm probably gonna start butchering more of the chickens. um the two chickens that I did butcher, oh man, they were so good. Like, so the very first one that I butchered, you guys saw a video that I posted where I made like the chicken congee. It was really good. The second chicken that I butchered, I didn't make a video or anything about it. All I did was I just salted the chicken, and I salted it for about a good day or so, and then all I did was boil it, and then I just ate it like that. Nothing else, just salted and then boiled. And you wouldn't like you wouldn't imagine chicken like just salted chicken that's boiled would be good, but it was phenomenal. And I want to make a video like that. I want to make a video of me showing people that just salted boiled chicken is delicious. Well, let me rephrase that. It's not just salted boiled chicken that's good. It's freshly butchered chicken that's been salted and boiled that's good. So like, yeah, that's the reason why it's good. Like, it's chicken that I raised myself, that I butchered and everything, and like the meat is so much better. And the fat on the chicken is so much better too. The skin and everything, it's just amazing. And so you literally can just salt a chicken and boil it and eat it like that, and it's really, really good. It has a ton of flavor, to be honest. Feather sticks. Yeah, I kind of wanted to do some feather sticks, but it's so cold. I don't have any gloves. And yeah, and everything is just freezing. It's 7 degrees Fahrenheit right now. It might be colder. I haven't checked. So I think it's actually colder than that. But oh, and all my wood, all my wood has frozen moisture in it because a couple days ago it rained and the rain soaked into the wood, and so and then the day afterwards everything froze. So there's frozen water, or frozen water inside the wood. And so I don't know how well this fire is gonna go. Let's see here. You can see more of my breath now though. So when it's really, really cold in my shed and when I get the wood stove going, I think the heat from the wood stove somehow causes the cold air in the shed to vaporize easier. And so once I get the fire going a little bit more, you'll see my breath a lot more, but it'll start getting warmer. And then once it's warm enough, you won't see my breath anymore. So yeah, I'm trying to hopefully get some dry pieces. I can see, like, I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up, but there's like sparkles of ice and stuff that you can see, or moisture inside the wood. Ooh, I don't want to get smoked out here. Ugh. There we go. So all the small pieces that's burning right now probably should upgrade to larger pieces. But the larger pieces are full of ice. Hopefully it dries while it's burning or whatever. There you go. So right now, it's hot enough to where there's that vacuum where the heat is being pulled up the pipe. And so smoke isn't coming out this way. So I can actually keep it open for now. And hopefully stuff doesn't fall out and burn the shed. Oh, yeah, this is so nice. Nice and warm. Oh. Let's see. That's cool. What will you be doing for Christmas? For the past couple of years, I haven't really celebrated Christmas with my family. We hardly do anything for Christmas nowadays. Because I personally don't think that I need to, like, wait one day of the year to just give my parents or my family gifts. And so throughout the year, I just get random gifts and stuff like that for my family. In place of getting gifts for Christmas. Because, yeah, we just haven't been doing a whole lot of Christmas stuff lately. We used to put up a Christmas tree and stuff like that, and then get presents under the Christmas tree, and then we'd open our presents on Christmas Eve, kind of, because Asian people usually open Christmas presents midnight of Christmas Eve into Christmas Day. And then later on, I learned that Americans usually wake up at 7 a.m. on Christmas Day or something like that to open presents. Because of the whole thing about, like, Santa coming to, like, put the presents underneath the Christmas tree or something like that. So apparently, from what I understand, you put up the Christmas tree in December or whatever, and throughout the entire month, you're not supposed to have presents underneath it until the day of Christmas Day, for the whole Santa Claus magic thing, to happen. Never knew that until I was, like, I think 18. So yeah, my entire family usually opens our presents and stuff like that midnight, or Christmas Eve even, but we haven't done that for a long time. So, like, I think my sister was planning on bringing my parents and I to go watch Shang-Chi, Shang-Chi, that movie, because my parents, or my dad at least, he enjoys martial arts movies and stuff like that, and so Shang-Chi sounds like a good movie for him to watch. And I haven't seen the movie either. I saw Spider-Man, though, No Way Home. It's good. It's very good. Let's see here. How are your chickens handling the cold weather? They're doing good, actually. So these breed of chickens, they're like, what's the word? They're really cold hardy, because the breeds that are sold in Minnesota typically are like the people who are selling them know that we're in Minnesota and it gets cold, and so they only sell cold hardy sort of birds. But they do sell broiler hens too. They're not cold hardy at all. Well, I think they are, maybe. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But most of the time, you want to butcher the broiler hens early anyways. like the Cornish cross, anyways. So you wouldn't want to keep the Cornish cross throughout winter. But these chicken, if I truly wanted, I can probably keep them throughout winter, and they'd probably be okay. I would supplement uh, some heat. You know, I would probably have some sort of like heating pad or something like that. But I'm not doing that this year. I didn't do that last year, and I'm not doing it this year. When I have my own property, I'll probably do it for sure. But maybe next year, because I mean, I'm going to be quitting my job soon, and later on I'll have more time, and so I might. So I'll consider it. So we'll see. But yeah, the chickens are doing good. The only problem that I'm running into right now is the water. The water like freezing. And I don't really want to get that water heater thingy. It's like $50 or something like that. I guess I could, but I don't know. They probably won't be living a whole lot longer. I think I'll be butchering like a couple more, you know, throughout this week, and then maybe next week I'll probably butcher a couple more, and then it'll be down to maybe like 3 or 4 or something like that. And then maybe the first week of January, I'll probably finish them off. I do plan on figuring out how to preserve them. There's a huge misconception about chicken and like salmonella and stuff like that, you know, and bacteria. You have the ability to salt a chicken and hang it up and let it dry. And once it's dry, you can take it down, slice it, and eat it just as is, sort of like the biltong that I make. So like all the dried meat that I make, so like all of it is raw, right? It's raw, and then I salt it, I hang it up, let it dry out, and then once it's dry, I slice it up and I eat it like that. You don't need to do any more cooking. The same concept is with the chickens. But people are scared to do that. And I've asked my parents and stuff too, and they're scared of it also. But I know other creators on TikTok that understands this concept, and they've taught it. But I'm still really like iffy about it. I don't know a whole lot because like majority of people's mentality when it comes to chicken and preserving raw chicken meat is a negative sort of outlook, and I want to change that. I want to understand it more, and I want to share it with people. If you guys know, let's see here, Albert Can Cook on TikTok or YouTube and Instagram. So Albert Can Cook. He has a video a long time ago where he showed you how to do chicken biltong, where you just salt the chicken and then you put it on a rack, or you just hang it up, you know, for a couple of weeks, and it dries out. And once it's dry, you just slice and eat it. And he did that. I'm gonna try doing that. My eyes are burning because the smoke. Because yeah, it's really smoky in here. So I am getting warmer. It feels really warm right now. But the problem here is there's too much moisture in the wood. I think I might have to spend some time leaving the wood next to the fire, or next to the wood stove. So like I have a bunch of wood over here, you know, that's sitting near the wood stove, and I have wood down here too, and maybe perhaps this can like evaporate the the moisture. Yeah. Hopefully this can help like dry out the wood. And it's not a problem doing that. People are scared and think that the wood would automatically combust and catch on fire, but that doesn't happen. That's being overly cautious, and that's fine, but sometimes being overly cautious prevents you from being productive with a lot of tasks. What is your favorite knife? My favorite knife is the Mora Bushcraft Black. I don't have it around right now, but it's called the Mora knife. It's made in Sweden, and it's the Bushcraft Black. And I can show you. I can show you a Mora knife. It's not the Bushcraft Black though. So this right here, see, it says Mora knife. This is a Mora knife companion. This is like $15, and it's one of my favorite knives also. This is like second. This is my second favorite knife for the most part, because it's so cheap. It's very affordable, and has a Scandi grind, meaning that it's kind of hard to explain, but basically that grind right there is flat all the way to the tip or to the edge here, and it is really easy to use and easy to sharpen. It doesn't have a 90-degree spine, which is what I don't like about this, because you can't get a ferro rod to strike. So you can take a ferro rod and you can go like this and it won't strike, because the edge here is rounded and it's polished. Opposed to the Mora Bushcraft Black, this spine is really, really sharp, and you have the ability to scrape a ferro rod and get sparks off of it. I usually get the carbon steel one, which is this one also. I'm not sure if you can read it, but it says Mora knife made in Sweden, and you should see carbon right there. So this is carbon steel, which means it does rust if you don't take care of it. What you can do to prevent it from rusting, you can do two things. One, you can force the patina on it. So there's two types of rust. There's the like that orange rust or that red rust that everyone knows that corrodes metal. And there's a black rust. I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong, but the black rust doesn't corrode metal. And the cool thing is, two types of rust can't exist on a piece of metal if it's done properly. So if you can patina this properly, so what I do is I put like vinegar and salt for like a couple hours, or maybe a couple hours, and then you take it off and you clean it, and it'll have all of these different like colorations from the patina, and it's the black rust. That black rust prevents this from having that red rust that corrodes the metal. And so I've done it before on other knives and stuff that I own. Or you can just use it normally and it'll automatically patina on its own by just handling it and stuff. Or you can just oil it. If you put like a layer of oil around it and keep it away from moisture and stuff, it'll stay nice. Is your ultimate goal to have a fully sustainable homestead without any outsourcing? Yes, it is. So that's my ultimate goal. Like, after, like, if I am able to ever achieve it, um, I think I would live like that for maybe like a year or two, and then kind of figure out other goals, I suppose, or maybe help teach other people do the same thing. I think that would probably be the next step, or teach people along the way. I'm not entirely sure just yet. But yeah, I want something that would be able to work like clockwork, fully sustainable with like the tools, the livestock, the the buildings, the structures, solar power, water collection, everything, you know, um, and like all the tools and and things that you might need to have a fully sustainable homestead without any outsourcing, you know, and like a garden and everything kind of working in tandem with each other. So like the crop would be able to feed myself, but then be able to feed my animals also. But then the animals, like manure and stuff, would be able to feed the crops, which then does this whole circle thing. But then having the understanding of how to collect water and then be able to collect solar power and stuff like that, maybe even wind energy, I don't know, or hydro. And then I would assume in the next 10, 15, 20 years, we would have advancements in technologies that would be able to help make things easier too. And I'm open to all of that. I'm open to new technologies and open to new things that will help like simplify or make things better or easier. Let's see here. Ooh. So it seems like it's burning pretty fast. Yeah, it goes down to coals very fast. So I think I'm at the point where the wood will evaporate in here because it's so hot. So I think I can start putting larger pieces like this. I have like coals coming out here. I need to get more bricks to lay down here. Maybe this will be good. There you go. Hopefully that will keep the fire going. All right. What does the whiskey you drink taste like? What does the whiskey you drink taste like? It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain whiskey and alcohol. Um, has a subtle sweetness. It's somewhat smoky and woodsy. That's all I can really think of. What's up, brother? First time catching you live. Really enjoy your content. Thank you very much, Eddie. Michelle, surprising thing you've learned since you started this journey? Ah, that's a good question. The most surprising thing that I've learned? I think the like as far as just the entire like whole of my entire process, I think the most interesting thing, let's see, the most surprising thing, the most surprising thing is probably the fact that there's so many people out there that don't have the understanding of what I'm trying to do. And there's people that have grown up in sort of like a modern sort of lifestyle in like the suburbs and stuff, or just in a very privileged um, location, I suppose, and don't understand like just the very basic concepts of like homesteading, or just the basics of where your food comes from. That is, I think, is one of the most surprising to me, that a high percentage of people out there don't understand that. Like, a high percentage of people think that their food just comes magically in trays at the grocery store, and they don't know that the animal has to die, that has to get killed in order to feed you. So like, if you go buy like a bag of 20 chicken wings, right? That bag of chicken wings, 20 chicken wings, that equals 10 chickens that were butchered and killed, so that you can buy that 20 bag of chicken wings. And people have lost that connection, from where their food is, and or like, yeah, basically the animal and the food. They've lost that connection, and I think that's the most surprising that I've learned. Doctor don't know, or Mr. Don't Know. Oh, your content from Florida. Thank you very much. Come on, bang. Yeah. Let's see here. Mark, why don't you have insulated walls? Would that not be very efficient in the winter with firewood? So I get that question a lot. Why my walls aren't insulated? The simple answer is money. That's basically it. Like, it costs money to do all that. And my priority is just to get everything up. I'm not done with the door yet, and I'm not done with like the ventilation or whatever at the top also. And I don't know how much insulation costs, and all of that. But mostly it's just money, and like, if it's really worth like insulating this shed, because it's a shed. I don't live in this shed. I spend a lot of time in this shed, uh because I do a lot of my stuff in the shed and stuff like that. I don't necessarily require the shed to be like windproof or like draft proof, or I don't need it to be efficient. That's the main reason. Like, it's a shed. I don't need it to be efficient. It's good to learn. So later on, if I have more money where I'm just wanting to blow, like, the shed already costs a ton of money. Like, doing all of this is not cheap at all. Buying the wood, buying the tools, buying all the materials and stuff like that to get everything set up, the shingles, the wrap, everything. Like, the shed extension alone, I think, is roughly between $1,000 to $2,000 or something like that. It's a ridiculous amount, and that's not including like tools and stuff like that. And so like, the circular saw that I got is worth like $500. I didn't buy it though. It was an amazing supporter bought it for me, and you guys don't need to buy anything for me at all. Like, I don't need it, but it's appreciated whenever anyone does give me stuff. But I just feel like it's kind of a waste of money to insulate the shed, because like, my long-term goal is to save money to like build another structure on my own property. So like, I'm kind of on the fence. I don't want to blow like a couple $100 on installation when I could use that money for something else, that I find higher in priority. So like I don't necessarily need this shed to be insulated. Like I'd like it to be, but it doesn't need to be. Jake won boxing match. I heard that Jake Paul was going to have a boxing match, but there wasn't a whole lot of coverage on it and hype over it this time, in my opinion. Like last time, there was like tons and tons of coverage all over Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and this time I only saw one video. I am in Minnesota. Do you ever think of keeping a hen and a rooster to breed more chicks? I have thought about that a lot. I don't do that because, like, one, I don't want to keep them year round because right now I'm just learning and I'm not even supposed to have chickens in my neighborhood. Um, and a rooster would be too noisy. I absolutely hate roosters because they're so noisy. Like I lived in, or I didn't live. I visited like Vietnam twice in my life, and I stayed like maybe months at a time, and so yeah, waking up and hearing a rooster every day. Um, is unpleasant in my opinion, and just the fact that they do it constantly throughout the day and they're really noisy. um, in the future I probably would have a rooster for breeding purposes, but to be honest, I don't really know. I'll have to decide later on, but like I'm not a big fan of roosters. Do I like drawing? I don't like drawing as much as I used to. I'm in. I used to be an illustrator, so I used to draw a lot of anime and and logo designs and illustrations and stuff like that. Um, but I don't do that anymore. I'm gonna try to start up more illustrations and drawings for two reasons. One, for NFTs. Um, there's a I can make a lot of money with NFTs, but I can make the NFTs have utility later. Um, but then I can then also design my own T-shirts and stuff like that. I'm not sure if I'm wearing. Okay, yeah. So like this sweater right here, this drawing is something that I drew, and this is merch on my spread shop. So like this is a picture of me with my mask on, with Raven and my sword and everything. And so I'm an illustrator. I can make my own drawings and stuff like that, but I haven't been really motivated to do it. And like I feel like I have ADHD when I draw. Like I can't sit down and draw for 3-4 hours like I used to back then. Like I can only like sit for like a good 15-30 minutes before I have to get up and do something else because I can't stay focused on the drawing and stay interested or motivated on the single drawing for very long. Oh, I have some beer. I'm gonna go get the beer. Give me a second. I'll be back. Oh. Ah. Okay. All right, let's throw in some more wood. So the log the really large log, it is burning slowly. So it's working. And it's actually warm in here now. Even though you can see my breath, it is pretty warm. Can you go fishing tomorrow? Tomorrow, I need to focus on getting a video made for Genki Forest and possibly winter well and stuff like that. And then figure out a video for Dano's seasoning also. So I'm probably not going to have time to go fishing. I would like to find time to wake up early and check out the lakes though, to see how thick the ice is, if it's thick at all, if you can even go on the ice. So I might make a video like that, but I probably won't go fishing. I'm probably gonna wait until my buddy Eric has time to go fishing, and we might plan like a ice fishing thing. Yeah, so I'd like to go ice fishing. Okay. Let's see here. This is interesting. Good Monster. It's called Good Monster. It has a picture of a girl on it with some fish around it. Yeah, that's interesting, huh? It's a New England DIPA. It's 8.0% alcohol. It's been it was in my house for a little bit, so it was warm, and so I left it outside for about 30 minutes. So being it's like 7 degrees outside or whatever, I think it's cold enough. Oh, this is a nice golden color. Ooh. It smells somewhat fruity and really hoppy. That is good. It's real smooth. It's very smooth. Like, it doesn't feel like you're drinking a beer. It's 8%, and you can't tell that it's 8%. Beers like this is dangerous. It is good. Let's see here. Have you ever been ice fishing or plan on going ice fishing? Oh, I answered that. Yeah. So yeah, I do plan on going ice fishing. I have a few videos on TikTok about it. Do you have any other creators that you wish to collab with? Yes. They're really big creators though. Like very big creators. So like Dave Canterbury is one person that I really want to collaborate with. Or just meet him. Like, I don't even need to make videos with him. I just want to meet him, and I feel like I can. I have a high possibility of meeting him because he actively like messages. He actively messages me on TikTok and stuff because of certain videos that I post. So sometimes I would post a video asking a question, and instead of posting a comment, he like directly sends me a message on TikTok, which is cool, which is super cool, and I love it. And then Joe Robinette is another person that I would love. Oh, I gotta charge my phone. It's at 5%. Okay, there you go. We're good. The screen went all dark because yeah, okay, we're good. We're good. So yeah, where was I? Joe Robinette. Um, I would love to collaborate with him and actually make a video with him. Like a camping video or something. Like go out into the woods and build a bushcraft camp or something like that, and do like an overnighter or something with him. It'd be so cool. And I feel like I can learn a lot from him, especially as a content creator and as just someone. Oh, sorry about that.